The king of the gods' biggest fears. Zeus, the ruler of Mount Olympus and the most powerful god in Greek mythology, seems invincible, right? Wielding thunderbolts forged from the heart of a star, he commands the very forces of nature. But even Zeus, with all his strength, wisdom, and those electrifying thunderbolts, had his fears. So, what could possibly frighten the king of the gods? A being who could shake the heavens with a flick of his wrist. Let's dive into who or what actually scared the king of the gods. Kronos, the father who devoured his children. Imagine living under the tyranny of a father who, fearing his own demise, devours his own children. This was the reality for Zeus, who narrowly escaped becoming a midnight snack for his own father, Kronos. Kronos, you see, wasn't just any father. He was a titan, a being of immense power who ruled the cosmos before the age of the Olympian gods. The very act of challenging and defeating such a force would have been a traumatic experience for young Zeus. Even as Zeus sat on his throne, draped in power and glory, the memory of Kronos served as a chilling reminder of his own mortality and the fragility of power. Kronos, the father who devoured his children, became the ghost that haunted Zeus's every decision, a constant reminder of the cyclical nature of power and the ever-present possibility of betrayal. The prophecy, a sword hanging by a thread. Imagine being told that your own child, your flesh and blood, is destined to overthrow you. This is the chilling premonition that haunted Zeus, the prophecy that hung over his reign like a sword dangling by the thinnest of threads. Prophecies in Greek mythology weren't mere fortune cookie predictions, they were pronouncements by the fates, the weavers of destiny, and to defy them was to invite the wrath of the cosmos. The fear of being dethroned, of tasting the bitter defeat he himself had served to Kronos, pushed Zeus to commit acts that would make even the most hardened heart shudder. This fear of the prophecy turned Zeus into a tyrant, a king so obsessed with holding on to power that he became a prisoner of his own paranoia. Typhon, the monster who shook the heavens. Even a god can tremble before the unbridled fury of nature. And Typhon, my friends, was nature unleashed, a monstrous embodiment of chaos that even Zeus, with all his thunderbolts, struggled to subdue. Picture this, a creature so colossal its head brushed the stars, its eyes blazed with volcanic fire, and its voice was the roar of 1,000 storms. When Typhon challenged Zeus for dominion over the cosmos, it wasn't just a battle of might, but a clash of titans that threatened to tear apart the very fabric of existence. Though Zeus ultimately prevailed, banishing Typhon to the depths of Tartarus, the memory of that epic clash, of the raw, untamed power he had faced, forever remained etched in his mind. Chapter 4. The Moirai, weavers of destiny, even for a god. Imagine being the king of the gods, the most powerful being in the cosmos, yet knowing that your fate, like a threadbare tunic, rests in the hands of 3 old women. These were the Moirai, the Fates, and even Zeus, with all his power, was subject to their decrees. Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos, the spinner, the measurer, and the inevitable. Zeus could summon lightning, control the weather, and shake the earth with his wrath. But he couldn't add a single moment to his lifespan, nor could he alter the course of destiny woven by the Moirai. This realization, this understanding that even he was bound to a predetermined fate, instilled a profound sense of helplessness in the heart of the king of the gods. Chapter 5. His Children, a legacy of power and potential betrayal. Imagine ruling a family where every child is a demigod, a being of immense power and potential, each capable of shaking the very foundations of your rule. This was the reality for Zeus, whose numerous offspring, born from both goddesses and mortals, often posed as much of a challenge as any titan or monster. These weren't just obedient children. They were forces of nature in their own right, their ambitions and desires often clashing with Zeus's plans. Zeus's fear wasn't unfounded. He had, after all, overthrown his own father. The possibility of history repeating itself, of his children uniting against him, was a constant source of anxiety. The very beings he had fathered, the embodiment of his own power and legacy, became potential threats, their existence a constant reminder that power, like lightning, can strike in the most unexpected of places. Chapter 6, Rebellion from the Gods, a house divided. Imagine standing atop Mount Olympus, the symbol of your power and dominion, only to look down and see the gods themselves, your own family and allies, arrayed against you in open rebellion. The gods, despite their immortality, weren't immune to ambition, jealousy, and resentment. Hera, Zeus's own wife and queen of the gods, often felt slighted by his numerous infidelities and the powerful offspring they produced. Poseidon, the mighty god of the seas, harbored a deep-seated envy for Zeus's position as king. This rebellion wasn't just a minor squabble amongst immortals, it was a full-blown cosmic civil war, a battle that threatened to tear apart the very fabric of Olympus and plunge the cosmos into chaos. The rebellion ultimately failed, Zeus's power proving too great to overcome. But the memory of that betrayal, the sight of his own family turned against him, left an indelible scar on Zeus's psyche. Chapter 7. Losing Power, the Ultimate Fear of a King. Imagine standing at the pinnacle of power, having clawed your way to the top, only to be constantly looking over your shoulder, fearing the inevitable moment when it all comes crashing down. This, my friends, was the reality for Zeus, a king forever haunted by the fear of losing everything he had fought so hard to achieve. It wasn't just the fear of physical death. Zeus, after all, was immortal. No, this was a fear far more profound, a fear that gnawed at his very essence. It was the fear of becoming irrelevant, of being forgotten, of his name fading into myth and legend. Every rebellion quelled, every monster vanquished, every prophecy averted was but a temporary reprieve from this all-consuming fear. In the end, Zeus's greatest enemy wasn't a monstrous titan or a rebellious god, but the fear itself, the insidious voice that whispered doubts in his ear and turned his reign into a desperate struggle to hold on to a power that was ultimately fleeting. Outro, the enduring fears of a god. So who did Zeus fear the most? Was it the monstrous Typhon, the prophecy of his own demise? Or the constant threat of rebellion from his own family and fellow gods? Or was it something more fundamental, more deeply ingrained in the very nature of power itself, the fear of losing it all? The truth is, Zeus's fears, though magnified by his divine status, resonate with our own human experiences. Who do you think Zeus feared the most? Was it Kronos, Typhon, or maybe the Fates? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of mythology. Thanks for watching.